Hoo-wee! What a technological debacle we have going on here.
I feel like every time is some type of debacle.
I know. I try to do something new to schnazz it up,
Yeah.
and then it ends up schnazzing us down. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
So, I mean, we'll get there. We'll get there eventually. I mean, it's
I
only
don't know if we will.
It's only the 80th episode, right?
The 80th episode. That's crazy. Are we actually going to do something cool on the 100th episode, or are we just going to brush it off like every other milestone we have?
We'll probably brush it off or forget that it's the 100th episode.
I guess that's what we do best.
Well, to welcome everybody, right now I'm trying to get into the chat room on my other computer here so I can see everybody's comments. But if you are new to Real or Fake, Mike and I take viral paranormal videos and talk about whether they're real, fake, fake as farts, fake by mistake, needs more research, or anything else we could come up with. So we have some videos from a couple weeks ago that we talked about that we're going to show again.
We're just going to show one.
And then we got some new videos for this week, and we'll see what everybody thinks, whether they're real, fake, and so on. So thank you for tuning in. And also, at the end of this live stream in about an hour, 40 minutes to an hour or whatever, if you're not a supporter yet on our Paranormal Warehouse Facebook page, you can become a supporter for $4.99 a month, and we're going to do extra videos after this live stream.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's not just us. I would say we're probably the lamest part of the whole supporter package. We have people doing live investigations. We're going to have like produced content coming out. A lot of cool things. Some new shows that I'm excited about. One you and I are putting together, and I think I'm excited about it.
Yes, I am excited too. We're also going to do some cool stuff for Halloween that we're gonna have, and then we have some new breaking news segments coming out that we're gonna record tomorrow and hopefully get out there as well.
That's right. All right, so let's take a trip back. What, 2 weeks? 3 weeks?
I don't even know anymore, man.
So I was actually, hold on, I got an itchy ear. You ever get an itchy ear?
Sure.
So I was actually lucky enough to run into Thomas and Kat at the Slipknot show that I went to this weekend, and the last video we showed was from their team, Buffalo Niagara Paranormal, and they were at the Hinsdale house and they caught something spooky. So let's play that again, and then we could talk about it, and I have a couple of audience reactions to that video.
Great.
Okay.
My name is Brad Weber. I'm part of Buffalo Niagara Paranormal Society, and this is my experience from Hinsdale. So the first night at Hinsdale was a calm, normal investigation. So I felt the second night was the same as the first night, but when I talked to the group, they said that I was kind of being aggressive, and that my energy was matching the energy of the house. So after hearing this, I remember there was parts of the night where I would leave the house and go off to the woods, and when I was in the woods, I felt like I was really at peace. And then every time I came back to the house, I felt really uneasy and got more aggressive. Time went on past Hinsdale, I started getting nightmares, and they really started getting worse, then they got better. And there was one in particular that really stood out to me was I was actually sleeping at Hinsdale in my dream, and on 2 separate occasions, I felt a hand like come over me while I was sleeping.
Yeah.
I said while I was sleeping.
Anything you felt, or?
I say anything. Scared.
Yeah. Well, what made you feel scared? Like, did you sense that it was something?
Honestly, I sensed it was a female. Weirdly enough. Alright, so weeks after my dream happened, we started going over the evidence, and we watched the camera that was watching me while I slept, and on 2 different occasions, just like my dream, there was a black mass that appeared over top of me. So it kind of matches right up with my dream.
We actually ended up finding 3 instances of a black shadow-like figure moving around Brad, and at one point even coming out of Brad.
like the way I felt it as if it was like cuddling me, like just like cuddling up next to me. That's what it felt like.
And this was after Hinsdale, right? This
Yes.
was the nightmare you had sleeping in your own bed.
Yes.
Was this a female watching over Brad for the night, or was it the man who was said to be very angry and evil, affecting Brad all night long?
Do you think she was protecting you?
I don't know.
Okay. Let's let this video come back around here. Let me mute it. All right, so interesting video for sure. It was cool to talk to Kat and Thomas about their experience here, and the craziest part about this is the story that goes along with it. In that he was talking about like feeling those feelings that completely are like associated with the video that they captured with him sleeping, something being over his shoulder, something touching him. Super weird. And it's almost like a movie in that it was like coming through in the dreams, and it's something that kind of stuck with him. Really strange. So, you know, with time passing and such as that, what do you still think about this video, Chris?
Sorry, I'm also chatting in the group page. The video is very compelling. I know we've been to Hinsdale twice now, and the first time we were there, we definitely got like a creepy vibe, and just felt very uneasy to the point of like we actually left at like 2-3 o'clock in the morning to find a hotel to stay somewhere else.
Yeah. I forgot about that.
Our second time there, and it was like a bad storm, all this stuff. It
was crazy, man. It was like raining, and
we were driving.
It was a bad situation.
And there was like hundreds of frogs in the middle of the street, like randomly, and it was just everything built it up to be very, very creepy. The second time we went, it didn't feel. We didn't have that much of a vibe, creepy vibe. We also didn't really catch much. We took a lot of pictures. We did a lot of EVP stuff, but we didn't really get anything. So to me, this is pretty amazing because you definitely can see something come up from him. And I know a lot of people in the chat last time we talked about this was saying, well, was he smoking or was he vaping and this and that? And he honestly was dead asleep. There was no. Oh, also people said, was there an air freshener? One of those air fresheners that like.
Yeah, that was a good call. He was out. And if that air freshener, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off with your
you're fine.
With your thread.
I'm reading comments at the same time.
But you know what I discussed with them is what makes this unique and cool is that most of the things that we get are anomalies that are in front of the camera, you know, like dust or water or whatever. This is clearly behind him, and also behind. I think they said that was like their camera that they use to walk around with, and
right.
it's behind that. Which means it's not directly in front of the lens. So he's not vaping because he's not awake.
Correct.
And unless you got a real problem. And it's not an air freshener because why would it be like, is he hugging the air freshener? You know what I mean?
And we also confirmed with the group because that was a question being asked, and just to go through everything, we did ask the group, and they did confirm that was not any sort of air freshener or anything on the table.
Right. So it's weird, man. I don't know what to say. It's a good catch.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure I went with real. If anything, I would say maybe go back and see if you could recapture it or recreate it in any way. But I would definitely go with real, especially with the history of Hinsdale and a lot of stuff that other groups have caught in the past. It's not surprising to me that something like this happened. I think it's awesome that they were able to catch it and make good moves with just recording him sleeping, I guess.
Yeah, it's so cool that they went back and they were able to relate it. And Thomas is in the chat right now, and he's saying like Brad was out. He's a hard sleeper. He'll sleep during these things. So I don't know what to say. And it's weird that he carry that with him, whatever that was. I would like to hear, like Thomas, if you're still in there, like are there continued dreams going on? You know what I mean? Like is he carrying that kind of like situation with him forward, or is it kind of like one and done? But whatever, we'll pop in and check there. Okay. Cool video. You want to hear what some people...
Thomas said we were going to recreate it to debunk it, which is great.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's so weird because it looks like a puff. It looks like a puff of... It's so weird.
It does. But the fact that it happens twice.
And Thomas said that we all have them from time to time. Still. Which is weird that it's not just Brad.
Yeah.
Cool, man. I don't know. This is cool. Just looking at this shot, like, those stairs are the worst. I almost... Because the house is so old. Like, it's...
Yeah, somebody actually wrote in the thing, the stairs look creepy.
They are creepy. Just going up there is, like, dangerous. It's like just, like, built old. You know what I mean? Like, you have to, like, hop up there.
Well, remember when we first went there, they were fixing the outside and everything, and there was, like, a bunch of bees.
Oh, my God.
In the wall.
Yeah, Dan actually had them donated.
You would actually hear them in the wall and the floor.
Yeah, he had some guy take them, and I guess they take the whole hive and like use them to make honey. But dude, the whole upstairs was just like rumbling with the buzzing of the bees.
Yeah,
there must have been thousands of them in there.
Yeah, that upped the creepy factor too.
Yeah,
when we
for
were
sure. All right, let's see what people said about this video. All right, the Ghost Justice crew. Back again. I miss talking to these guys. I think Thomas and them actually had a back and forth. But my take on the first featured case, is it real? Maybe. Is it fakeable? Yup. So, I mean, just knowing, I'm always biased because I know these guys now. We know these guys now. Super nice people, and I just don't see this being a faked situation.
Fake job, yeah.
Yeah, and they seem very excited about it as well. Like, you can tell when people are kind of BSing you. You know? Just like you do to me all day.
All day.
Like a piece of garbage. You know what I mean?
All day.
All right. Scott Whitmer says, need more evidence. Which is good, because Thomas and the crew are going back to try to figure that out.
Yeah, that would be actually really cool if they were able to recapture that evidence and get it again on camera.
Yeah, and like, it would be sad, but it's also good, like, if something is causing that, and they find it out, like, it always sucks, but it's good to know. You know, to get an answer. David Keown?
You got it.
Says, I say real. I think I say real, too. And then my favorite response is, so funny, poor Breggs. Breggs will meet someone on his own. LOL.
What the hell? Well, thanks, Angela. I appreciate that.
I don't know what we were talking about, but I'm glad someone believes in you.
It's probably from the opening that you put up.
I think so, too. I think that probably is it.
Sure.
All right. You want to go to the next video here?
Yeah, let's dive into the real or fake video this week. Actually, we got a couple of them, right?
We have two, and then if you're a subscriber, you get to see the bonus one, which I like, I think. No, the other, we'll see. There's one that I really am intrigued by. I don't know. You sent it to me, so maybe you have more information here. All right, I'm going to play this first video, and here we go.
What the fuck was that?
I don't know, It's a fucking hell of a bang.
Sound like someone running.
Jeez.
Hello?
Hello?
Okay, that will... Here, I'll start it over here.
Oh.
All right, so... Turn the sound off. Having a hard time. All right, so... What you can see here is they're in this attic. And, Chris, you talk about this one. This is your
they're in this attic. It's two people, apparently. They just took a break, and then they came back, and right away they were getting this activity. Mike and I were talking during the video... about this, and to me, right off the bat, when I first watched this yesterday, is that the way there's so much stuff in that attic right now. Mm-hmm. So, to me, it was almost like a camera trick, and maybe not on purpose, but of the way the angle was of when they were coming around, and then it looked like something was walking past. Now, what I just saw now while we were watching it, there seems to be like
a mist,
almost like a mist come across also.
Yeah, it could be cold as... It could be very cold up there.
It could be cold. It could be dust flying around, like if they hit something while they were walking and a bunch of dust came up.
Right.
But going back to like the camera angle, when they start walking, it almost looks like because they're going to one side and like turning the camera the other way, to me it almost looks like that something could just be standing there, like a coat hanger with a coat on it or whatever, and the way they're going, it looks like it's moving.
Yeah, I mean, it really does look like it's moving. From that shot, it looks like it moves on its own.
Right.
I'm going to say that thing is, whatever that is actually moving.
It's moving? Okay.
Yeah, like, look at this. Like, that wasn't the camera. I agree with you. I thought of it when it was that zoomed-in shot. But it's like it's shaky, but it's not, like, turning or anything. It's just facing forward, and this thing just kind of creeps out. You know what I mean?
Right. We're getting a couple reels in the chat room. The other thing that's intriguing is they do hear noises after the fact and a loud bang and something almost being thrown. You do see the mist go across. The mist I'm going to write off as not paranormal at this point.
Yeah, there's a person that walks in this video, right? I want to see if they have like a t-shirt or like a sweatshirt on or what they're wearing.
Somebody walks in front of the camera. And again, it's only two of them that are supposed to be in this building at this time.
Right. I mean, Thomas is saying it looks like a real person in a hoodie. Like it does. All right, what's he wearing? He's wearing a long sleeve, what, like a sweatshirt?
Like a jerk, like a jacket.
Don't be mean to the guy, he's not a jerk. Ooh, it burst. I don't know, dude, like... Sandy Griffin says, I think it's fake. Tammy says she thinks it's real.
Right. The only thing I don't know is, like, what place this is or where it was and the history behind it. I'm definitely going to go with... Colette said she heard a voice as well. Tammy says second guy sounds like he's scared as hell.
Yeah, some people said they heard a voice.
I'm going to go with needs more research, only because I don't know where this place is. I don't know the history of it. Like the background, I just think it could use another investigation, maybe, see if you could recapture that evidence. Maybe there's some history of somebody dying up in that attic.
Right. If this ever gets back to the team, we would love to, I want to start interviewing people that we talk to and, seeing what they have to say. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because hearing it from the people that actually go, the good thing is when we have people stream that we know, we can, just talk to them about it.
Right.
You know?
Exactly, yep.
It's all hearsay and just whatever the video is. So, I don't know.
And to that point, we take videos. If you guys are new to Real or Fake, we would love if you guys submit videos to us for us to talk about. That way we do get that insight of how you were investigating, the history behind the location, what you were using, X, Y, and Z. That way we have more information more people are involved in talking about your video. So if you guys have videos from investigating and you want it to be on Real or Fake, send it our way. You can hit us up on Facebook or send it to ParanormalWarehouse@gmail.com.
It's pretty easy to remember. Know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well,
What do we got next, my friend?
well, that's up to you. Do you want to come back to? You want to start trash, and then we'll come back to the other Real or Fake video at the end?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's break it up a little bit. So for people that are new, also to Real or Fake, we do a little segment called Paranormal Trash, which we take really awful paranormal videos from the internet and just kind of laugh and rip them apart. So
You're right. That's exactly what we do. All right, here we go. Hold on. Here we go. All right, paranormal trash. We're here. We're in it. So I'm gonna say this: if you have like a heart condition or anything of the such, just be prepared, because Chris was in charge of finding the. Oh, I don't like how these are all misplaced here. Oh, I don't like it. Chris sent me these videos, and let's just say I almost pooped my pants a little bit. I was a little scared with the outcome of one of these in particular.
That's what I was going for.
Also very funny with one of them. So we're gonna start, and let's just move forward with it. You ready?
All right, yeah.
Let me just set up
so this is my
clip
favorite
here.
one.
But we were
All right.
basically shooting this area.
All right, so it starts off the
this
guy's
island,
talking. I'm just gonna let it
because
play.
of reports of wild
I'm
boars
just
that
gonna
were
let it
seen
play.
in this area in particular. And on this island,
I'm gonna take us
and
out
in
of
this
it.
area in general, it's extremely rare to see
We could talk if we want, but
any kind of wild
It's still
boars.
playing.
And they
Where'd
are
you find this
protected
video
species,
from?
And we were working
YouTube.
on
I
seeing
just
if
looked up
this
Bigfoot
was
videos.
true,
Bigfoot videos,
so
nice.
we can protect this area in particular.
Beautiful scenery.
But a long story short, so we set up the cameras, and when we came
lake
back
of
to view it,
sorts.
basically this was the
Clearly a
result.
photo.
But
not a
before I show the
video.
clip, I just like to note that we had this
That's why
clip
when I
actually
saw it, I was
reviewed by a
like,
physics
they're not even
expert,
trying, but let's see where this
and
goes.
he told us that it was physically impossible for any human to run as fast as this thing did. So, you know, when
Even the
we
fastest
heard
human in
that,
the
we
world
were
I know, I
just
love that
excited
line, dude.
because, I mean, okay, let's roll this clip here.
And there it is, man. There's there he right into the woods. Yo, in case you missed it.
Watch the right-hand screen.
There he goes.
See,
What a
this
gem.
was a good quality shot.
Oh my god, right?
I know,
Most of the
dude. You
times when
nailed
people
it.
show Bigfoot, it's always
Like,
blurred
I would
out.
love to know the thought
But,
process
you know, we
behind
got
Rob
him.
making this.
We got him good.
I went through
Like,
so
You
many
can see him.
emotions.
He's clearly
with-
there.
with
I know a lot
this-
of you guys are
with
probably
these
thinking,
videos that you sent
"Oh,
me,
that's just
where I saw
some
this.
guy
I'm
in
like,
a
all right,
costume."
this guy's
or-
talking. Maybe
But how do you know Bigfoot doesn't look
maybe
like
it's just
that
like
costume?
a screenshot of like
And
the
you know,
area
that's the
that he
thing.
took. Maybe it was just a picture of like what he's going
Like
to
I said
show.
before, we
Right.
had this video
Yeah,
analyzed
original
by a
footage,
physics
unedited.
expert,
In the
and
in the beginning, I was like,
It's
all right, maybe
impossible
he's
for
going to
any
talk
human
first,
being
and then they're
to
going
run
to play
that
the video.
fast.
Right,
So
that's what I was.
even our
That's what I was
fastest
going for.
human being in the
Yeah.
world couldn't run as
Yeah, that
fast
didn't
as
happen.
this thing did.
This
But
is
that's
it.
not all.
This is the
See,
beauty
this
of the
is just
internet.
raw footage.
Amazing.
Now, if
Unfolding
you
for
zoom
our eyes.
in
Paranormal
and you
trash
actually
right there.
look
Paranormal trash.
at
right
when
there.
he stops,
Oh my god, I left the video talking while we're talking. I suck. I suck so much. All right, next video.
Next video.
Okay. Guy walking through the woods.
Where?
Is he looking for Bigfoot? I don't remember.
Not here.
I don't remember either. I don't think so. I think they were just there.
God, someone had a heart attack. That's right. Now, I turned the sound down.
You were worried you're going to get somebody?
We got somebody already. But, like, look at this thing that they're... What is it? Look at the mouth. It's just a mouth on a stick.
Pretty much.
It's pretty terrifying. I want to see what people are saying. I want to see how many people hate us. Yo, Lloyd goes slow week in paranormal. You're right.
Well, this is paranormal trash to a T for you. We take the stupidest videos we can find, basically, for paranormal trash.
Yeah, it's pretty slow. Crickets that made me jump. I was like, it was one of those things where Chris sent them to me, and I was like sitting on the couch or something with like my iPhone like right here, and it just scared the poop out of me, dude. Oh my god.
I was waiting for you to say something.
Thomas said, I hate you guys. It's just so bad. All right. That's it for Paranormal Trash.
All right.
Now,
we're gonna have some extra paranormal trash for Paranormal Warehouse supporters. So after this show, if you want to support Paranormal Warehouse, $4.99 a month, and we will have some extra videos after the show. So.
Yeah, someone said scared the poop out of me. All right. You're right. Well, there's going to be one extra paranormal trash.
One extra
paranormal trash and one extra. I just want to be transparent. You know what I mean? Like that's
I hear you, man. You don't want to give false information.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know. It makes me nervous. This whole subscription thing makes me nervous. I don't know.
I know.
Trying to do right.
All right. So here we go.
Okay.
We got the last real or fake video of the night. What do we got, Michael?
You ready? I'm just going to play it.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Something just hit my truck. Something just hit my truck. Holy.
This teen says his truck is haunted.
Well, I'm done. Something just hit my truck. Something just hit my truck. Something just hit my truck.
Paranormal buff Troy Vance says spirits have always been attracted to him. But when he photographed what looks like the ghost of a drowned boy in the front seat of his truck, it may have been too much. He says it wasn't the first time something freaky happened in his vehicle.
What's that perfume smell I'm smelling right now? Her?
Troy says after trying to record sounds of growls and whispers he heard in his truck.
Who's her? Does she not like it when I mess with the truck late at night or what?
Someone or something banged on his car.
I'm getting really... Oh! Whoa, 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 whoa! Something just hit my truck. Something just hit my truck. Holy...
Using a device to communicate with the paranormal.
Well, I'm done.
Troy tried to speak with the dead boy he thought he photographed in his car, but instead thinks he got the spirit of a woman.
What's that perfume smell?
So we're back. So this is a dude, Troy Vance, and he is like a paranormal enthusiast or investigator. So this was covered by Inside Edition. Whoa, wow. Make sure to follow them on Facebook, you know what I mean? And so he has a lot of things going on. I read a little bit into Troy's story, and he said that he's kind of always experienced these things throughout his life, which kind of like got him interested in it. First thing I want to talk about is Troy. Yo, killer burns, dude. Those sideburns are fantastic. What was weird to me is that when I read the story, I don't know if these are like two different instances that they're talking about, like the picture and the experiences that he has in the car. So I don't know if that happened at the same time. It looks like he's at night right now, doesn't it? It looks like nighttime.
Yeah, I mean, it's lit up in the car, so to me it looks like there's a light on.
Right.
He definitely has a light on because you can see the reflection in his sunglasses.
Right, so I don't know if this is like two different things or the picture led him to further investigate. So we have the picture, which is the first thing that we could talk about. What do you said it was creepy when we were muted together.
It was definitely creepy. Some people think it's fake right now in the chat room. Nikki just said Halloween decoration, nice touch. The other thing, too, is it looks like the kid or the child or whatever's in the truck has something over his face, but I think that's just stuff hanging from.
Yeah, I think that's from mirror. That's what I thought it was. I could be wrong. I don't know.
I mean that's what it looks like. Cricket says I've heard of a car being haunted before. Well, from what you're saying, he's experienced this stuff in the past throughout his life. So, I mean, there could be something technically attached to him that's messing with him, and like I couldn't hear the audio at this point, but we had a discussion. You said that he was actually getting responses from the spirit box, right?
Yeah, I think it said like her or something because there was a perfume smell, and he said, you know, who's doing this, and it said her. So
I mean, in all honesty, he looked genuine with his reaction, and then him jumping out of the car.
Yeah, there's a knock on the car as well.
Yeah, which could be anything really. I mean, there's times where you can be sitting in your car and the car just like sits, like it kind of.
Yeah. Or like an acorn falls on it. You know what I mean? It could be anything.
You hear little things. I mean, I'm gonna say, in my opinion, it needs more research. I think the photo is definitely compelling if it is real. I just can't.
Yeah, it's one of those things like it's, you know, that picture of the kid in the car. Yeah, someone said it could be, what is it, pareidolia, where your brain like sees a face.
Right.
But to me, it's either something weird or someone put something there. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I don't know.
To me, it looks too much like a person actually sitting in the car. Is it decoration or some type of like dummy? I don't know. We don't know where he actually is or the history of the place or anything like that, right?
No. Of the truck? It's the truck. Like, it's not a location. These things are specifically.
He's just been hearing stuff in the truck.
Yeah, he's had weird stuff going on in the truck.
I mean, I would say needs more research, get a little history of the truck, if something might have happened, maybe a fatal accident or something like that. Maybe he bought it off of somebody else that died in the truck.
Maybe. I don't know.
But I'm going to definitely go with needs more research on this one.
I don't have that awful graphic, so
wow.
I'll have to remake that. I'll make it fancy. But, yeah, I got to agree. I think it's a needs more research type situation. Know what I mean?
I know what you mean. I mean, listen, the photo's cool in a paranormal sense. I just don't know.
Yeah, it's creepy for sure.
I don't know. I mean, you definitely could see the eyes of somebody sitting there.
It looks like a boy sitting there.
Yeah.
But then it's weird that he feels like there's a girl during this whole thing.
And the perfume and everything else. So who knows? I would just say needs more research. Find out maybe a little bit of history on the truck or maybe history with this guy, and go from there. So.
All right. Well, listen. Let's not draw this thing out.
Yeah.
Let's not take it, too far. And let's say thanks. First, I want to thank all of our subscribers. I want to do this every week, but we got a bunch because we're like getting our stuff together. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But we're trying. All right, so here we go. You ready?
Ready.
Lisa Wesley, Angelina Hollinger, Scott Leslie, Cheryl Sanders. What's up, Cheryl? Lee Pattison, Cassandra Faye Bay. Oh, I like that name. Cassandra Faye Bay, Taylor Zitch, Dory Wheeler, Cruz, Nikita Rache. How's that sound? You can't see it, so you don't know. Peggy Scruggs Busby, Karen Thomas Thompson Denias, Heather Briggs, almost Breggs.
Almost.
Christy Lynn, Bill Davis, Michelle Mazuka Davenport, Crystal Thomas, Judy Regina, Barbara Thompson, Kathy King, Autumn Malik, Bob Davenport, Emily Purdy North, Cindy Williams, Donna Ackles, and Kat McDonald from the Buffalo Niagara Paranormal Group. Thank you guys for subscribing. You guys are the best. Hopefully, if this keeps going, we can start making cooler stuff and support our creators and buddies to kind of provide them with more opportunities too. So thanks.
Yeah, thank you everybody, and thank you for tuning in tonight for Real or Fake Live. Make sure to tune in the rest of the week for a bunch of other paranormal shows and podcasts and special guests all throughout the week. And if you are a subscriber, stay tuned on the supporter page because we will be doing two extra videos.
That's right. All right, well, see you, Chris.
See you, Mike. Thanks everybody for tuning in.
Bye, everybody. Bye.